That's edged, but short of Jamie Smith, and will run down to...
Yeah, just trying to see if this was because Hales dropped his hands or whether maybe it has stayed.
And fine again. Slip had gone to a short third position, but Alex Hales thread this one between the keeper, the inner circle.
Yeah, that was a lot more intentional from Alex Hales. Did just drop his...
From the opposite end this time. Short ball, top edge. And swung away very fine for the first and won't be the last 6 of the day.
Ring, so Hales not always in control of the shot, but was probably aware of the field that was set. He just helped the ball on its...
Bad ball to start. It was short and wide. Hales was happy to club it away behind square. It only trickled to the boundary edge, so he didn't quite time it as he might.
5 balls the other day when they played the Brave. There's a lot of success in the back end of innings. That was his role that he had with Kent.
Nip back again, but somehow Hales has got that over short third.
You're struggling for a bit of form. It's not a bad place to be because you know the way that you have to play. You do have to take the bowlers on, and sometimes you get a little bit of luck.
He's looking to give himself room and hit through the offside. Bowled him! Short ball, slower ball, I think it was, into the surface. Hales looking to pull, drags it onto his stumps.
Too early on it. Yeah, came through the shot. It's just ended up getting a bottom edge onto the stump. So that's a good wicket for the Birmingham Phoenix.
Particularly if the pitches are good and the quality of the players on show.
And the Trent Rockets will know they need to post a decent total today. It is a good pitch. And although it's against a batting lineup that hasn't quite...
Trouble for Joe Root. Good catch. Adam Milne clings on.
Yeah, Root looking to go up and over onto the leg side, and it's so hard for bowlers to orientate themselves again after they've come out of their follow through.
Hacks away into the leg side, has found space and too much for Duckett to do. A little bit of a short arm jab really from Tom Kohler-Cadmore.
It's try and get a partnership going. This format of the game, you can't let too many balls go by. You've got to take that calculated risk. One of the 2 players out there has to take more chances, and that's a good boundary.
Lined up, and you've got to make sure.
Straight into the hands.
Ali coming into the attack, bringing all that experience into play. Pretty straightforward.
Lovely shot from Sam Hain, straight back over the bowler's head.
See, or you haven't seen in the last few years. So if you keep evolving, I think you're going to stay ahead of the game.
Swiped away into space. Oh, and almost. But from an Australian perspective, Georgia Wareham, yourself, Amanda Jade Wellington, all battling it. Colin Munro goes high and he goes long. Right in the Munro wheelhouse, short side of the boundary, over there.
Phoenix fan, it is to the short side, but it's into quite a stiff breeze, so not necessarily quite as short.
Bit more air this time, and that's what's encouraged Sam Hain to loft it over extra cover.
Is Sam Hain. Hasn't yet come to the attention. Well, I'm sure he's come to the attention of the selectors, but they haven't yet picked him.
Munro has gone downtown. Picked it up quite beautifully.
He's in the firing line, but he was hit so sweetly, it went straight over his head.
Uppercut and straight into the hands.
Yeah, Milne back on. to do exactly this, although you couldn't predict that that's the way he'd be taking a wicket, with an uppercut. And Kane Richards, knuckleballs.
Now, is long on in the game. Just gone beyond. There's nothing really Milne could do. He tried.
Efforts on the boundary in this competition. There was a brilliant save by...
Shouts of catch it and should be easily taken by the captain, and does.
But just struggling to deal with Benny Howell's many...
Well, that sounded very good off the bat, and looks like it will split the two fielders out there, so a much needed boundary for the Trent Rockets.
Don't commit yourself. You know, you stay on the back foot, look for those back foot options.
And again into the pitch, but again, same outcome, just different side of the ground. So back-to-back boundaries for Daniel Sams. Oh, it's nicely played. Just opening the face of the bat and working the angles.
Not much room on offer, but that's a very good shot. See how late he plays it.
He's managed to do it again. This time it's Lewis Gregory who has beaten that fielder out on the offside. So really productive, a few deliveries here.
Every time a fielder disappears from there, the ball goes in that direction. First it was...
Well, into the pitch, there is a fielder out there who's just tracking back.
It was hit hard, but he judged it well, running back and judging it to perfection. So good partnershiping.
Well, that sounded very good off the bat. It hasn't gone anywhere at all. It's going to end up in the inner ring. It was a great effort. I think that was Will Smeed again charging in from the deep mid-wicket.
See, it goes miles up in the air. The breeze just pulling it back away from him. In the end, falling well short. So just 5 balls remaining.
The back end of an innings. But this time up and over point. Will be a tough chase for Benny Hill. Will continue to race away from him.
That's useful from Wood.
Uppish. And the first boundary.
Well, Luke Wood is very dangerous if it swings. He's got a beautiful breeze to help him swing that ball. He'll want to just try and get it a little bit fuller.
Once more, it is a flash outside of the off stump. Once more, it brings Will Smeed 4 runs.
And down to third. Fielder is up inside the circle, so it doesn't take much at Luke Wood. Yes, should scamper home. Oh no, I think he's out here. It's a brilliant throw and a full-length dive from Will Smeed. This is going to be very tight. Sorry, I had to bend down.
That strange noise was him bending down.
Well, I've got to.
Is this what I've got to expect
I've got to
now?
screw in my back as well, you know. Just brilliant bit of fielding, and Will Smeed's going to go here by the, dare one say, the barest of margins.
Need to make my decision for this.
Not normally known for his fielding, am I right? Or something.
Shout to catch. And that's easily taken. Matt Carter it is. Long strides of his, easily making the ground required.
Left shoulder to take that catch. May just have been a slower ball as well from Luke Wood at 78 miles an hour. So he took a little bit of pace off the ball, and that...
Just beaten. Threaded through the mid-wicket region. And Smith picks up his first boundary.
Well, Jamie Smith's one of those. He's really filled out and hits the ball incredibly hard, or much harder than he did, say, 12 or 24 months ago.
Nicely struck down the ground. Dead eye straight. Another boundary.
After our game, the lads came on, and I noticed a left-hander on there that I bowled at a few years ago, and I was like, crikey, you're...
Lofted high, and it's certainly got the distance all the way for 6.
Big ball. It's a little bit short. He stands there and just delivers through the leg side.
Once more, that is an even better shot. He's actually coming forward to the ball and he's forced it through with his bottom hand. 6 more, and you've still got 1 more game left to go as we see the Jamie Smith 6 again.
Well, chance of catch again, and this time taken. A simple one for Joe Root.
And just slicing it up in the top edge. Root making no mistake. So it's been hard work for Livingston. That's excellent bowling. Said earlier, it's like bowling darts with Carter.
Hawkeye confirms out. Go back on field to Steve, please.
Stumps.
Decision out. You're on screen
Just
now.
doesn't leave the stumps like so. There's the odd delivery as a variation, might be bowled outside. That's good. That's big. That's needed. So 6 after a long time.
Absolutely flush out of the middle of the bat.
Just squaring. Oh, it's taken. It'll be a brilliant catch if that's taken. Joe Root, you beauty. Proud. Have a look at those kids. The senior statesman pulls it out of thin air. The timing of that jump shot
Has been dismissed. That's neat from Benny Howell. Gets it away behind square for 4. They need a lot more where that came from.
Sweet. I think it's a switch hit from Benny Howell. The feet have reversed and the hands. Good option because...
Slower ball, and that's a meaty blow down the ground at last from Wokes, having mentioned how rare boundaries have been after the power play. Wokes duly smites a straight 6.
Wood and in the slot without a doubt. Nice strike though from Chris Wokes, as straight as possible, gave himself a little bit of space backing away onto the leg side.
Nothing from Luke Wood.
Gap between bat and ball. We'll go back on field to Rob, please. Stay with the original decision, Rob.
Well, there's a reason the bowler didn't appeal anywhere near the total, but you can still practice bowling well right at the end of the innings, because there may come a point where you have to get it absolutely right. Good catch. Good catch out in the deep. The Rockets have been solid with their catching today.
Just take it back here where I can see between the fielders' legs.
Took a long time, but we got there in the end. And one of the problems for David Mills, Wokes has a mighty swing but cannot connect, and that rather sums up the day and the competition for the Phoenix.